Hello guys, welcome to our channel Techzen. The year 2021 was a good year for phones, but 2022 could be even better. Already we've seen the Samsung Galaxy S22 range, for example, complete with a radically different Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, while looking ahead, there's talk of a massive overhaul for the iPhone 14 Pro, loads of new foldable phones, and dependable flagships. So there's a lot on the prospect, and some of it is coming very soon, with many of 2022's biggest phones expected in the first few months of the year. Let's discuss the most intriguing options that we expect to see in 2022, both those that will arrive soon and those that will arrive later in the year. These are phones that in the vast majority of cases will be fantastic and should be at the very least be interesting, rare, and innovative. iPhone 14 range. The iPhone 14 is coming in 2022, almost certainly in September, and will arrive as a follow-up to the impressive iPhone 13 ranges. The iPhone 14 will probably look a lot like the iPhone 13, but the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max could get a punch-hole camera instead of a notch. There might also be a big screen iPhone 14 Max in place of an iPhone 14 mini. Furthermore, the iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Pro could have 6.1-inch screens, while the iPhone 14 Max and iPhone 14 Pro Max could have 6.7-inch OLED screens. There will be big camera upgrades with 48-megapixel sensors possibly on the cards, and these being iPhones, they're sure to have an enormous amount of power. OnePlus 10. It's a slightly odd situation with the OnePlus 10, as while that phone hasn't been announced, the OnePlus 10 Pro has been announced but only for China. We're expecting both phones to get a global launch soon. Little is known about the standard OnePlus 10 yet, but we know all about the OnePlus 10 Pro, including that it has a 6.7-inch 1440 by 3216 AMOLED screen with 120Hz refresh rate, a powerful Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chipset, a 5000 mAh battery, and a triple-lens camera with 40 megapixels main one, a 50 megapixel ultra-wide, and an 8 megapixel telephoto with 3.3 times optical zoom. It expects the standard OnePlus 10 will have some similar but slightly lesser specifications coupled with a lower price. Google Pixel 7. We don't know much about the Google Pixel 7 yet, but we're confident it's on the way, though it probably won't launch until October 2022. After Google's massive overhaul to the Pixel 6 range, we might not see some big changes this time, but the Pixel 6 refreshed the lineup and made us excited about it again. So Google Pixel 7 is just a more polished version of the Google Pixel 6 range. Early leaks point to a successor to the Google Tensor chipset. Unsurprisingly, and the Pixel 7 has similar cameras to the Pixel 6. There's also a suggestion that we might only see one model in 2022, so perhaps there won't be a Google Pixel 7 Pro. Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. The Samsung Galaxy S22 isn't the only Samsung phone that we're highly anticipating. The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 is also expected in 2022, and it could be the best foldable phone not just from Samsung but any company. This might be available in August or September, but when it does, it might have a lighter and more dust and water-resistant design than the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, coupled with a bigger battery and an improved under-display camera. It also heard that Galaxy Z Fold 4 might have two significantly upgraded under-display cameras, with Samsung possibly offering the same snappers here as on the Samsung Galaxy S22. Sony Xperia 1.4. Sony Xperia 1.3 is the best phone Sony has launched in quite a while, and it left us excited for the Sony Xperia 1.4, which is likely to be unveiled in early 2022, possibly in April. It will use the same 50-megapixel main camera as the Google Pixel 6, while elsewhere we've heard that Sony might use a homemade sensor for the front-facing camera. Whatever the case, we'd expect good things from the camera, as that's often an area Sony focuses on. That and the screen, which is based on the past form, is likely to have at least a 4K resolution. Huawei P50 range. The Huawei P50 range has actually already been announced, but it's initially only available in China. We're still waiting for a worldwide launch. It could be worth the wait though, as the top model of the Huawei P50 Pro has a 6.6-inch 1228 by 2700 OLED screen with a 120Hz refresh rate, a Snapdragon 888 chipset, up to 12GB of RAM, and a quad-lens camera with a 50-megapixel main sensor, a 64-megapixel telephoto one with 3.5x optical and 200x digital zoom, a 13-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 40-megapixel monochrome camera. It also has a 4360 mAh battery with 66 watts fast charging, but due to the ongoing Huawei ban, it runs the company's new Harmony OS 2 rather than Android and is also stuck without 5G. The standard Huawei P50 is a similar phone in a lot of ways, but with a slightly smaller screen, a 90Hz refresh rate, a 4100 mAh battery, and a different camera arrangement consisting of a 50-megapixel main, 13-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 12-megapixel telephoto camera with 5x optical zoom. iPhone SE 3. While the iPhone 14 range is the most anticipated of Apple's upcoming phones, the company will likely first launch a successor to the iPhone SE 2020. It's confirmed that the company will likely launch possibly even in March and probably in the first half of the year. As for what it will offer, 5G and a speedy A15 Bionic chipset, the same as the iPhone 13 range, looks set to be the main upgrades, with the design and screen likely staying as they are on the current model. That means a compact 4.7-inch display and big bezels with a physical home button. So it might not be the biggest of improvements overall, but a compact, relatively affordable iPhone with flagship power and 5G is still worth getting excited about. Google Pixel Fold. The Google Pixel Fold is a phone that we've been hearing about for years, and more recently we've heard that it might be coming into the market in early 2022. The Google Pixel Fold might have a 7.6-inch foldable OLED screen and the same Tensor chipset as the Pixel 6 range. We'd take all of this with a pinch of salt for now, but this could end up being one of the few non-Samsung foldable phones that's worth getting excited about. Xiaomi 12 Ultra. The Xiaomi 12 has already launched in China, but the range might not stop with that, and the Xiaomi 12 Pro, which also launched in China, as there's talk of a Xiaomi 12 Ultra as well. According to the report, it could have an enormous rear camera bump rippling with lenses. That's on top of specifications that will otherwise be at least as high-end as the rest of the range, meaning a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chipset, a 120Hz refresh rate screen, and 12GB of RAM at a minimum. Somehow, Xiaomi might also have an even higher-end phone planned, with whispers of a Xiaomi 12 Ultra enhanced. Nokia 10. We've been waiting for the Nokia 10 for a long time, so much so that it's gone through a few names since it started being rumored. Originally, it was thought to be launching as the Nokia 9.1, but as time went on, that changed to Nokia 9.2, Nokia 9.3, and then Nokia 10. We've even now heard that it could land as the Nokia X60, given the brand's new naming scheme for its phones. It's also unclear when this phone will launch, with numerous rumored release timings having been and gone with no sign of it. But it could be worth waiting for, as rumors point to an in-screen selfie camera, a sapphire glass display, a penta lens camera, a 108-megapixel or 200-megapixel main sensor, a 6000 mAh battery, a 144Hz refresh rate for the screen, and a top-end Snapdragon chipset. So this could be a very premium phone if ever it arrives. So that's a wrap for today. Thank you for watching. If you would like to receive updates about more tech-related news, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for more updates. So let us know, which phone are you waiting for the most? Thank you for staying with us.